Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, where everything you're about to hear and see has been done in one take. I'm your host, the One Take Man. At the time of me recording this, it is January 15th, 2023. So yeah, this is basically the first video I'm filming within this new year. And when I was trying to figure out, what kind of video I would want to film, well, let's just say a very interesting piece of news came up. And I thought, you know what? That would actually be, video worthy. Hence why I'm at Collectiva.social, which is basically a Mastodon offshoot that is specifically for anarchists. Because because it turns out my one contact with the uh, anarchist sphere of political discourse was not exactly what she said she was. There's a thread about this, so let's go into it. This is a thread about the persona Anarqxista Goldman, aka Dionysia Exarchopoulos, and other variations on those names. She was not killed 2 days ago in a knife fight as claimed by her Twitter account because she never existed in the first place. She is a fabrication by Dr. Andrew Lloyd, aka not Dr. Andrew Lloyd, just Andrew Lloyd, aka Dr. Existence. What follows is a thread detailing her non-existence. And yeah, this is what her this is what her Twitter banner used to look like, or the Twitter banner of this, of this account. I actually first came to know uh, Anarqxista via Tumblr. Like we had, we were both anti-capitalist in a sense, and had similar and had and not necessarily similar, but compatible criticisms with other spheres of influence and power, such as law enforcement. I followed her there. I also followed her on Tumblr, and interacted once in a while. Uh, shared some impressions, and then I actually got sad when when the news came that she passed away. Turns out, and yeah. Anyway, let's go into this. Note that this research was compiled by several people, and I'm just a spokesperson. Thanks, Hakan. Anyway, or I assume the name is pronounced Hakan. Might be Hekan, Hokan. Anyway, let's get into this. In 2020, a supposed 25-year-old sex worker living in a so-called nude house commune of free love in southern Europe appeared online and began writing books. Her career came to an end when she supposedly died defending a woman from a domestic violence attack on the 10th of January 2023. The only problem is that Anarqxista Goldman never existed. Instead, Andrew Lloyd, or Dr. Existence, created her as a fantasy of his mind in 2020 after bemoaning how middle-aged cis white women are never respected or listened to. Okay, that's an interesting complaint, especially coming from the anarchist sphere. To decrease confusion, we'll be sticking predominantly with a pronoun they to refer to both Andrew and his alter ego. This is the post that announced her death. From rattle.me. Is that some kind of Reddit alternative? Does anyone know? Anyway, moving ahead. Before 2020, Goldman predominantly wrote under the name Dionysia Exarchopoulos, having returned from Germany to the UK and leaving the moniker Dr. Existence behind. You can find their self-uploaded work here. I'm pretty sure that archive has since been expunged. I've gone through some links in this thread, before starting filming, and I'm pretty sure that that their contents have been wiped. And references to the Goldman character as Dionysia here, or on the Anarqxista Goldman Twitter, which has since also been how should I say, shut down, closed. You pick you pick your terms. However, Dr. Existence sadly forgot how to scrub the reality of who they were as they fell further into the fantasy of concocting an attractive 25-year-old sex worker with photos stolen from some actual worker. From the manifesto, discussions about human beings. Although I wish I didn't have to address this before we begin, in a collection of articles that used to be about sex and gender, and in some places still is, it is probably incumbent upon me to say who the author here is. I am a white, middle-aged male from the UK who has lived both in the UK and Europe, specifically Germany, in my lifetime. May I just say just how imperialist it is for UK to separate itself from Europe? You are Europe, baby. Don't say UK and Europe. Maybe say UK and continental Europe. That's fine. But don't say but you are subsumed within Europe. That's like me saying New York and the United States, for example. They start to use the name Dionysia Anarqxista in a change of consciousness and with their piece about Emma Goldman. Full text, or rather an excerpt from the full text, is here. Pretty sure the archives are have been expunged since. On the Anarchist library, you find the entry for the Nietzschean Anarchist, which links to the Dionysia Exarchopos, I think it should be Polis, archive.org page, and the full piece Anarchy and Anarchisms by Dionysia Exarchopoulos. Okay. For ideas on their actual age, which is again not 27, they leave clues throughout. In There Is Nothing to Stick To, they mention beginning in biblical studies and having spent over 20 years engaged in research. Whoops. They also mention in Nothing to Stick To that they wrote the Wisdom of Tao, which is offered by Dr. Existence and was uploaded by Andrew Lloyd. Oh boy, oh boy. Another item of interest is that Andrew Lloyd, Dr. Existence's autobiography, is the same book as Goldman's Dionysia Goth. Okay, that is just very sloppy, very stupid. Well, but oh well. If you're not gonna search for shit like this, you're not gonna find it, regardless of how sloppy and obvious it can become. In it, they talk about a sexual encounter after meeting someone online in the late 90s, sometime after an earlier sexual experience in their early 20s. Okay. In one of the books by Andrew Lloyd, Dr. Existence, Sound and Fury, they admit to creating a fake profile of an attractive young woman. And this is whoa. Okay, we got a full excerpt here. Let me read it out to you. I hope you can see it. Now, I wonder what you are expecting me to tell you happened. It went like this. I created a fake Facebook page for someone who doesn't exist. The person was a 25-year-old female electronic musician from Berlin. She had pictures of herself, which I borrowed from online and altered so they couldn't be found in a Google search, and her studio equipment, but not together. And very soon after the creation of the page, she had music online to download for free. I did not want to cheat anyone out of any money. No harm, no foul. That's not how that works. You did in fact harm people, but anyway, moving ahead. She joined some Facebook music groups and took part in discussions. She posted her music into the many music groups on Facebook. The response was perhaps as you might expect. The fictional artist got 2,400 plays in 10 days, the same amount it took me 1 year to get. The 200 free downloads you get on Bandcamp were exhausted in the same time. The music I had used as hers wasn't even the music I considered my best. It was merely some secondary track. Oh. Andrew Lloyd made that music? Okay. Moving ahead. In this book, they list their birthday as in January 1969. If they share the same birthday as their creation, Goldman, January 13th, they'll be turning 54 in 2 days. Well, actually, they turned 54 two days ago. Anyway, Andrew Lloyd, I know you're going to see this because I know you watch my profiles because I habitually shit talk on Anarqxista. So for your birthday on the ominous day of Friday the 13th, I hope you have a shit day and break your ankle stepping off a curb. Fuck you. That is such a brilliant ending, I swear. Also, if you want their script, take a look here. I might mess around and post the script link in the description below. You know, I think I'll just do it. Okay, let's see what else. Link to Andrew's Bandcamp. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna give this guy any more, any more advertising. I'll put up his script link, but that's about it. So my personal thoughts on this fiasco are here, keeping them separate from the research to avoid attributing my personal thoughts to the other researchers. Okay, this I will also post that in the description. And moving on, Spaghettios, the Anarqxista account doesn't exist anymore. Dionysia's work is removed from the Internet Archive too, as I said it was. Adding this link here too. Short story is that Lloyd used the trust to form online sexual relations, including the trading of images with people he met via Anarqista's Twitter. Adorable. And I say that specifically to mean the exact opposite. I am very sarcastically saying adorable here. So just so no one, makes any mistakes. Law enforcement, don't come after me. Okay. Further update. Lloyd has done this before with their Twitter account, Anarqxgirl. Okay. And we have the first outside comment. Whoa. What? Second outside comment. I had no idea you could delete an account from beyond the grave. And now, the internet recognizes damage and routes around it. The archive.org links don't work anymore either. Yeah, that's already been pointed out. Maybe this one still works. I tried archiving it. Okay. I'll have to see. I'll have to see which link works, and then link the one that works. Also, the ones under Andrew Lloyd. I'll be disappointed if Bandcamp goes too. I was vibing to that, dude. Anyway, does the internet? No. And looks like further comments. So yeah, that that happens. I will post this thread in the in the description, just in case you're curious and want to read about it. Also, if you notice that the image looks a little bit different, that's because as I've announced on my Twitter, I changed my equipment recently. So yeah, any changes you notice by any of your senses are due to that, and they are likely to change a little bit more, or I don't know. At least that's what I would think about. But for now, I have no real solid plans about that. Anyway, that was the video. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this, then please leave a like. Maybe even share this video wherever you think other people will like it as well. If you have anything you'd like to add to what it is you've seen and heard, then by all means do. I already said you can tell I've been on a bit of a pause. So okay, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, see more from me, not necessarily about this, but about a whole bunch of other things, well then, then please subscribe. And if you think other people will also like this video, then please share it wherever you think other people will also like it. I also have a main channel where I talk about book-related or literature topics, and that will also be linked in the description down below. Until next time, I have been the One Take Man.